Yeah, ready to go.
So we'll open the back door. To open the back door, we just pull on the lever, put our hand at the top of the hood, and just let it slide up by itself, and it's going to open up all alone. And we start the inspection from the left to the right. Check all engine components and make sure that everything is solid. If there's any engine components that I can see that is loose to the point of breaking away, we must repair it before going out on the road. Engine oil was checked this morning, and transmission oil was checked this morning. They're in proper order. We check the compressor, make sure it's solidly attached. If the compressor is loose to the point of breaking away, it's a major defect. I also check my power steering, turn it to the right, and just lift up and check the liquid, make sure that it's at the recommended level, which it is. If it is below the recommended level, that will be a minor defect. That completes the engine compartment. To close the hood, we just push up, push on the lock, and bring it down, hold it back, make sure that it does not gently down, and go up to the front of the vehicle. Put our accessories on with the lights and four-way flashers. We turn our knob key over to the light position and put on four-way flashers. Go back out to the front of the vehicle. Start the inspection from top to bottom. All our clearance lights are functional. If any of these do not function, it's a minor defect, and that goes for the entire assembly of the vehicle. Both headlights are working. If the headlights don't work on one side is minor, on both sides is a major. The flashers are working. If one or more of the flashers does not work, it's a minor defect, and this is applicable for the entire assembly of the vehicle. Vehicle is properly balanced. If that would not be the case, it would be a major defect caused by a break in our suspension, axle, or a flat tire. We also check the tires, they're parallel. If that would not be the case, it would be a major defect. Going over to the driver's side, mirror is solidly attached. If not, it's a minor defect. All body of the vehicle, nothing's coming apart. All the panels are solidly attached. If anything is loose, we must repair before going on the road. It's a minor. If the piece comes apart and touch any rotating parts of the vehicle, that's a major. Flashers are both working, and clearance lights are also working at top. Start with our front tire. Behind the tire, we'll check the air balloon. The air balloon is properly inflated. If the air balloon would be losing air and the compressor cannot compensate that, be a major defect. If the compressor can compensate the loss of air, be a minor defect. That goes for the entire assembly of the vehicle. Check the inside of the tire, make sure there's no deformations, cracks, to the point where I can see the steel belt. And in the thread of the tire, make sure there's no foreign bodies lodged in it, permitting it to cause a blowout. If that's the case on a single wheel, it's a major defect. Check the outside of the tire, it's in good condition, no cracks, no bubble ups, everything is fine. Any of these defects is major on a single wheel mount. If any of the tires, whether it's a single or double, has any loss of air or flat, it's a major defect, and that goes for the entire assembly of the vehicle. The tire does not come in contact with any solid parts of the vehicle, otherwise it's a major, and that goes for the entire assembly of the vehicle. The rim itself is in good condition, it's not cracked, it's not welded. If that would be the case, it would be a major defect, that goes for the entire assembly of the vehicle. All lugs and bolts are present, none are missing. If a bolt is missing, a hole is ovalized, or it's not tight, it's a major defect. That goes for the entire assembly of the vehicle. My valve is not damaged. If it's damaged, it's a minor defect. If there's an air loss, it's a major defect. That goes for the entire assembly of the vehicle. As we go to the double tires, place ourselves to check the air balloon. Properly inflated in the front of the side. Properly inflated in the rear of the side. Check the double tires. Good condition. They are parallel. All around. They're in good condition. No foreign bodies, no cracks, no tears, and no foreign bodies in the thread. If one of the two tires has a defect, it's a minor. If both tires have a defect, it's a major. Except if I have a flat tire, that's an automatic major. My rim is in good condition. My bolts are all present. My valves are fine. And my tires are both inflated. In the rear of the vehicle, top to bottom, clearance lights are working. Flashers are working, parking lights are working. If one of the two parking lights don't work, it's a minor, both is a major. License plate is visible, otherwise it's a violation. Vehicle is properly balanced, and tires are parallel. All defects mentioned on the left side are the same for the right side. All panels are solidly attached, clearance lights are working, flashers are working. Back of the wheel, air balloon is properly inflated, Air balloon is properly inflated. Double tire mount. Tires are in good condition. They're properly inflated, parallel to each other. No tears, no foreign bodies. The rim is in good condition. All my bolts are present. My valves are fine. Everything's good. The tires don't touch anything. Air balloon is properly inflated. Inner tire wall is in good condition. Tire thread is in good condition. No foreign bodies. Out of the tire is in good condition. Rim is in good condition. All the bolts are present. Valve is fine. It doesn't touch any solid parts. The mirror is solid. If the not be solid, be a minor, that goes part of the vehicle complete. We're going to start the engine now. Take off our gloves. To start the engine, all we do is press the starter button. Put the position back to on position. Take off the four-way flashers and turn our wheels to the left side slowly and go back to the front of the vehicle and check on this side first. The air balloon is properly inflated. The tire is in good condition on this side. Check the other side. Air balloon is properly inflated. Tires in good condition. No damages. Now we tell the evaluator, you're pointing the camera down. Tell the evaluator to go back in the back. Go check our four-way our flashers to the left, our flasher to the right, and the brake lights. So we're going to go inside and the evaluator goes out to the back. Sit at the position. The evaluator is in the rear of the vehicle. We're going to check the brakes, lights. To do so, we must release the emergency brake first. Apply the brake. The evaluator will sign us off. Left flasher, right flasher. And while the evaluator is coming to the front, we look at our air pressure. Make sure that the compressor is going to start working. The needle's going up. Compressor started to work. Put the brakes back on. The flasher to the left side for the evaluator, to the right side for the evaluator, and we invite the evaluator back into the vehicle. As the evaluator comes into the vehicle, we tell them that the extinguisher is in presence. If it's missing, or one of the three triangles are missing, it's a violation to the highway safety code. As the compressor is building in the system, we're going to check our mirrors. They're not dull, cracked, or tarnished. If that's the case, it's a minor defect. Close our door. We check our steering column is solidly attached, no risk of it coming apart. If that's the case, be a major defect. Honk is working, otherwise minor defect. Check our wipers, turn the button to the right, one click to the right, and press one time on the water fluid. Water fluid is working and wipers are working. Turn off the wipers. If the water fluid doesn't work on either or sides, it's a minor defect. If the wiper on the passenger side is not working, is a minor defect. On the driver's side is a major defect. We're going to wait for the compressor to stop its operation and see where it's going to stop at. As it's building around the 120 mark, we will hear the air purging. When that does occur, we will tell the evaluator the compressor has stopped. And the compressor has stopped at approximately 120. If the compressor does not stop between 117 and 137, this is a minor defect. Step 2, shut off motor. Cover brake pedal, do not apply. Release emergency pedal and wait for the pressure to stabilize. It has stabilized at 110, the reading. Apply the brake. And on application, we consumed only 1 pound. If on brake application we consume more than 19 pounds, this is a minor defect, indicating that the brakes would need an adjustment. Our foot is now applied on the brake, with a normal pressure of course, and we're going to check step number 3, which is any loss of pressure in the system. As we listen outside, we hear no loss of pressure. We check our needle and it has not descended. If there's a loss of pressure, then I must keep the brake for 1 minute and observe. If there's a loss of pressure anywhere between 3 and 5 pounds, this is a minor defect. Anywhere over 6 pounds, this is a major defect. And in this case, we have no loss of pressure. We will restart the engine. We put the position to the on. Wait for our 2 lights to shut off on the dash. And now we can start the motor. Now, with the engine running, we will pump the brake, bring the pressure to approximately 90 psi, and we will observe if the compressor starts working. When we get to 90, we keep the brake applied. Hold the brake, observe the needles. As soon as we see the needles starting to rise, we can indicate to the evaluator that the compressor has started. And here they have started. If the compressor does not start at 90, then I will drop the pressure down to 80. If the compressor starts at 80 and less, it's a minor defect. After this check has been done, we're going to check if the compressor efficiency is working properly. With our foot always applying on the brake, the compressor is holding 90 pounds and more. If the compressor cannot hold 90 pounds, this is a major defect. The foot is always on the brake during the tests, and the emergency brake is always released. We will do our last step by checking and pumping our brake to see at what pressure the low pressure indicator will come on. If the low pressure indicator comes on anywhere below 55 pounds, it's a minor defect. And in this case, it's on at 80 pounds. Put our brake back on. Release the brake pedal. We will select the drive button. We will check if the emergency brakes are holding. And they are holding. If the emergency brake does not hold back the vehicle, this is a minor defect. Apply the brake. Remove the emergency brake. We will check now if the wheels are being released from the rear. If they do not release, partially or complete, it is a minor defect. So my wheels are already turned to the left. I will release the brake and look at my left mirror. I see that the wheels are releasing properly and turning freely. Over to the right side, I look at my right mirror and I see that the wheels in the rear are releasing. And at the same time, I just noticed that my power steering is operating. If my power steering does not operate, this would be a major defect. If my wheels do not release, this would be a minor defect. Emergency brake back on. Release the brake pedal. Buckle our seat belt. We have detected no defects on the vehicle. We are ready to take the road.
Okay.
So if you want to just rewind and see if it's giving you anything, I'm going to go park this back inside. So you had, how long did it last? It showed me on the camera?
12 minutes, 53 seconds.
Okay, and you see I went very slowly, I didn't go anything too fast, so it's feasible and realizable in 15 minutes without any problems.